Hi guys, welcome to Future Recapped. Today, I am going to explain a horror thriller movie called Contracted. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. At the beginning of the movie, a man named BJ, who is a worker, is shown in a morgue and has intimacy with a corpse that has a biohazard symbol on the toe tag. Then, he takes an empty test tube and washes it. After that, he sits in his car and goes away. In the next scene, a girl named Samantha, who is a lesbian, goes to a local house party, trying to get over a recent breakup with her girlfriend, Nikki. But before entering the party, she calls Nikki once again, but he doesn't receive her call, so she sends him a voice message, and then goes to the party. Now, inside the party's host, Alice, plies her with strong drinks, while Zine offers her drugs. After she becomes heavily inebriated, Samantha is approached by BJ, who is the same man who raped a dead body. He offers her a drink. Samantha tells him that she is a lesbian, but during her conversation with him, she begins to black out, and then BJ takes her to his car and rapes her. The next morning, Samantha thinks she is suffering from a bad hangover. She bickers with her mother, who struggles to accept her daughter's lesbianism, and is worried that she might have relapsed into hard drug use. Alice tells Samantha that the police are searching for BJ, who Alice had never met. At the restaurant where she works, Samantha has trouble eating, and is overly sensitive to noise. When she bleeds heavily from her vagina, she visits her doctor. The doctor notices that her heartbeat level has decreased. Then he sees the scars on her hands. The doctor thinks that she might be involved in intimacy with a man, and he asks her whether she used protection during her intercourse. But Samantha does not remember anything. The doctor then tells her that she might have this bleeding because of the pregnancy. Now, after her protests that she is a lesbian, who has not had intimacy with men for nearly a year, he then thinks that she has contracted a physically transmitted disease from heterosexual intercourse, because of a rash that has developed in her groin. After that, Samantha tries to repair her relationship with Nikki, who is rude to her. She notices that Samantha is not well, but she does not tell her anything. Samantha tries to get closer to Nikki, but she rejects her. After some time, Samantha receives a letter through a post that she is selected for a flower competition, and she should reach on time, else she would not be a part of that competition. Meanwhile, her symptoms continue to worsen. While meeting with Alice, she notices that her eyes turn blood red, but Samantha thinks that it might be because of some allergy. Then she asks Alice about the BJ, to which she replies that police are searching for him, as he is a very dangerous man. After that, Samantha comes to her home and applies lotion to her scars. Then, suddenly a worm drops off from her body, but she does not notice it. Now, she goes to sleep, but she could not sleep, as she does not feel well. Now, Samantha goes to the washroom, where she has a blood vomit, and suddenly, her mother arrives, and asks her, what happened to her. Samantha tells her that she is pregnant, to which her mother goes away. When Samantha wakes up in the morning, she finds herself in the washroom. Then, she tries to take a bath, but she feels that the water is very cold, and asks her mother about it. Her mother gets shocked to see that the water is too hot, and Samantha's hand has started burning, but she did not feel the burn. Now, the following day, Samantha decides to visit the doctor. While Samantha is going outside, her mother sees that she has become bald from the back, to which she asks her, but Samantha says that she knows nothing about it. During her visit to the doctor, she receives a call from her boss to reach the restaurant soon, otherwise, she will be fired from the job. Now, she goes to the restaurant, instead of going to a doctor, where she notices that her fingernails begin to fall off. Seeing this, the owner asks her to visit the doctor, and then Samantha leaves the restaurant, and returns to her doctor, who advises her to avoid contact with other people, until tests can determine the nature of her disease. But once again, Samantha does not care about what the doctor has said, and goes to visit Zine, who gives her heroin. When Alice arrives, she encourages Samantha to talk to the police about her encounter with BJ. Believing that Alice wants to isolate her from her other friends, Samantha argues with her and storms off. It is here that Zine reveals to Alice that he sold Rohypnol to BJ at the party. On the other hand, Samantha stops off at home, and argues violently with her mother. She abruptly leaves for her flower competition, but is turned away at the door because of her appearance, and the condition of her flowered plant. After that, Samantha turns to Nikki for consolation, but Nikki coldly rejects her, and calls her physically confused. Enraged, Samantha chokes Nikki to death. She then drives to Alice's house in a rage, and murders her, by biting out her throat. Losing her sanity, Samantha invites Riley, a man who has had a crush on her, to Alice's house and tries to seduce him. Riley sees maggots fall out of Samantha's vagina, and becomes repulsed. When he goes to the bathroom to inspect himself, he discovers Alice's body. In the meantime, Samantha flees from the house. As she drives, she fades out of consciousness and gets involved in a car crash. When she wakes up, she gets transformed into a zombie. Suddenly, her mother arrives at the place. There, she sees Samantha in this condition. The police ask her mother to stay away from her, but she screams and begs the police not to shoot her. After that, when she tries to get closer to Samantha, she suddenly lunges at her and attacks her violently, in order to finish her. Seeing this, the police shoot Samantha and she dies. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thanks for watching.